Hi and welcome. My name is Todd Worley. I'm a blogger and online entrepreneur, and well, I'm a man who's also facing disability. And that's sort of the topic of today's subject here: facing disability and actually finding happiness within your disability. I mean, this is hard. This is hard for anybody who becomes disabled or who is disabled to actually truly find happiness in life. Your disability can be one of those factors that just that inherently makes you more depressed as time goes on because it's miserable. It's miserable to sit there and have to wake up every day in pain and all this good stuff. So, a few things that I have learned to actually try and to incorporate in your life to help you become a little bit more happier with life, a little bit more satisfied with life is one, we got to get out of the house, okay? I know this is kind of a tough one. I don't care if you go out on your front porch, your yard, or whatnot. Get out of the house for a little bit. 15, 20 minutes, just get out of the house for a sec, okay? I know for me personally, I'm kind of a homebody. I don't like to get out too much. I'm not too social or anything like that. Mainly because, it's just kind of how I've been my whole adult life. After I became disabled and stuff like that, it just really kind of became a lot harder for me to relate to people, especially people that in my mind I viewed as normal, which we'll get to all that here in just a sec. So, but there's a lot of benefits here to actually being able to get outside your house here. One, sunshine. If it's a sunny day, you have got to get out of your house for at least a half hour, is my opinion. Okay, just to absorb some of those rays of the sun. Sun actually has vitamin D in it, which actually gets soaked up into your bloodstream through your skin or whatnot, and actually helps to raise serotonin and some big M word or whatnot. Anyway, so chemicals in your brain and receptors and stuff like that actually increase your overall happiness. Antidepressants do the exact same thing. They go after these specific chemicals in your brain, and they actually increase those levels in your brain to actually make you feel better. Why not do it naturally through the good old sun that God had made? Also, socializing. I know this is hard for a lot of people who are on disability. I know it's hard for me. It's still hard for me being disabled and stuff like that because, well, you kind of get viewed differently. Almost every interaction that I've ever had, when I meet somebody new or something like that, I actually went over this in a post like a week or two ago. It's like, hey, how you doing? And the top three questions they want to ask, sports, weather, what do you do for a living? And when you get to the what do you do for a living, you gotta explain that you're on disability and all this other good stuff. It's hard. It's like a conversation crusher. So one of the best. But as humans, we have to get out there. We have to socialize. We're not meant to be kept isolated. Okay. That saying, "No man is an island." Well, it's very true. We cannot sit there and create little islands for ourselves. We have to get out there. We have to socialize a little bit, and one of the best ways is to actually find people who are also disabled, because then you automatically have something in common to share or whatnot. You kind of understand each other's perspective. So start going to maybe some support groups. Start getting out maybe in the church communities and stuff like this. There are opportunities out there to meet other people who are disabled and stuff like that, who are probably going through the same thing that you are and actually want to have a friend to socialize with and stuff like that. Very important to your happiness and your well-being, okay? Another thing that I wanted to really go over with is you got to be proud of yourself, okay? Now, I'm not talking about saying that I'm becoming prideful or overly prideful, but you got to be proud of who you are, okay? And this is another tough one when you're on disability, or when you're disabled, because when you become disabled, you feel like you're just worthless, okay? You feel like you have nothing to really contribute to society. You feel like you're nothing really. You're like, and so you start wrapping that in your mind over and over again, and that feeling of nothingness that you view yourself as starts becoming one of the biggest factors in your depression. So my personal advice is to treat your disability almost like any other aspect of your personality. Do you like food, or do you like pizza? Do you not like cats? You know, personally myself, I don't mind cats, but you know, I kind of use it as an example in here or whatnot. You know, do you like race cars? You know, all this good stuff. Do you like football? Whatever. You know, these are little factors that make up you. Well, you got to incorporate your disability into these factors as well. So you know, yeah, just like you're explaining your personality or whatnot, accept it. Accept who you are, because that is what's truly going to make you a lot more happier in the future. What it actually does is by accepting it and incorporating it into who you are. You know, like, oh yeah, I like pizza. You know, I walk funny and I have trimmers, and you know, I really don't like cats and all that good. By incorporating it into who you are, you're actually creating a foundation to where you can actually really start to build your life upon. And this is one of the most important factors into actually becoming more happy and all this good stuff. Because if you got a good solid foundation, okay, of your personality, of who you are, you can literally start to build, you can grow into and progress into a better you, okay? Anyways, guys, thank you for listening, and God bless, and have a good day.